And so let us get right into it. I think a lot of us thought that we were going to be getting ready to see you fight on October 24th on the habiv card in a tremendous fight, a co-main event fight with title implications against Dustin Poirier. From your perspective, Tony, why aren't you fighting on October 24th?
Well, I'm going to be real. I don't know what their plans were before or after, but I was already ready. I was already counting on it. I mean, seriously, just planned around. I'm not much of a planner, so I was already kind of going ahead of it. But then Dana wanted to speak for me. He wanted to go out there and kind of be like, yeah, Tony's going to take this fight. Like, bro, we're not friends. I never said we were friends. It's just business, right? Like, I'm there when you need me, and then, you know, obviously when you don't, and then, no, seriously, man, I'm a contractor, I do my thing. I love you, fam, and I love UFC and stuff like that, but I'm not just a piece of meat out there, you know what I mean? And it's not about, like, knowing your value and everything else like that. Like, I'm ready to step up to the plate. Dustin was there, you know what I mean? Dustin, Abu Dhabi. UFC kept delaying, telling us the fight was confirmed. But it was in like a minute they asked, and I'm still training for Dustin for the Chandler thing. Now you're going to bring in a new dude who I have no clue who is.
Listen, let me tell you right now, right? The weight's off. If Paulo Costa taught us anything at the weekend, and I couldn't believe this. I saw Paulo Costa online last night. He's back. He was in the gym and he was lifting some shoulder weights, and he looked incredibly buff. He looked incredibly pumped up and all the rest of it. But it's like, no, you don't need to be learning how to lift weights. You don't need to lift more weights. You look like a bodybuilder. You look sensational, right? And you're clearly a very strong, beast-like individual. You don't need more weight. You need less weight. Gomez, my God, the arms on this guy. No, it's too much. And you don't need the weight. You don't need any of the weights. You need to do the skill work. Now, of course, if you've got an injury, then I wouldn't go, because that will exacerbate the injury and make it worse. You know, just a little, you know, especially jiu-jitsu, you're on your back, you're using your back all the time. So I wouldn't do that. You got to learn the skills. You got to learn the fundamentals. You got to learn the tricks of the trade. The elite fighters, right? They do weight because they're supplementing their training to make themselves stronger and things like that.
Always working.
You can't bet against Khabib. For me, he's the best fighter right now on the planet. He's the best right now. Everybody knows what he's gonna try to do, but nobody figure out a way to avoid it. You know, Khabib put an incredible, relentless pressure. He always start the fight, you know, going a little bit defensive, so he moves a lot. And I think that will be when Justin needs to take advantage of that. You know, in the beginning, you need to be respected standing up and put pressure right from the beginning. Because Khabib doesn't put the pressure right in the beginning. Sometimes he moves around a little bit, but after the fight picks up, he's relentless. He's like a leech. You know, he stay on you, on top of you, and he doesn't let you go. And it's very, very hard to deal with him. Just need to find a way to stay in the middle of the cage. You know, to make these crazy exchange. You know, and that's his best chance to fight Khabib. You know, and Khabib on the other hand need to push the fight towards the fence. You know, use his pressure and use his wrestling skills. Put Justin down and close the distance, because when you fight a guy like Justin Gaethje, he hits very, very hard. So the best position to be is all the way out or all the way in. you don't want to be in the middle of an exchange with him, because that's when things get very, very dangerous. So it's a dangerous fight for both guys. But I believe if I had to put my money on someone, of course you cannot bet against Khabib.
Hey, another sparring day today. How you gonna do today? 5 rounds? 3 rounds? What are you doing?
I will show you my best performance.
Best performance?
Yes. You have for me 50,000 for performance of the night?
Yeah?
Or you gonna give me just coffee?
I give you 50,000 performance of the day, not the night, because we're in the daytime. And then maybe I'll give you a submission too bonus. So you get $100,000.
I have to show performance of the day.
Performance of the day? Got it. Performance of the day. That's what we're going for?
I will.
Okay.
Falta mais minuto. Fundo aí fazendo a sombra, primeira sombra.
If I ever come back, and okay, I'm not coming back for many fights. If I come back, I would be one fight, and I need to take, for me, the biggest fish right now, and the one who's, you know, for me, I believe the top guy right now, the name is Khabib. You know, like as a fighter, like I said, as a fighter, the most excited thing is to take the guy that seems invincible, unbeatable. You know, he has the aura of invincibility, but it's also the scariest thing to do. You know, when you fight, you're always scared. I'm always scared. People sometimes saying to me, "Oh, you scared to fight this guy?" Yeah, I'm scared to fight everybody. I'm always afraid, and it's not gonna change anything. It's a subjectivity. I'm always scared, and you know what? Thank you, because I perform at my best when I'm scared. But even though I'm scared, I'm gonna make the walk and walk the walk and do my job on the night of the fight, you know, and that's how fighters should be, you know. Being scared for a person who doesn't fight things, sometimes they don't understand that, like, oh, he's scared of doing this, doing that. Yeah, of course I'm scared, and I'm not scared to admit that I'm scared, you know. And the one that I wasn't scared enough, it was Matsero, and I got knocked out. So maybe it's a good thing to be scared.
I don't give a